Did you read that new study? Something shocking about like 1 out of 3 women who drank Diet Coke during pregnancy had an autistic kid.
Oh my God!
And they're now like putting this connection to Diet Coke and diet
Is that real?
Look at it.
Aspartame?
It just came up. Yeah, it was.
When was this?
This was like 2 weeks ago. I read.
Oh
this.
my God!
And that's scary because there is a lot more, I think, more autistic people or people in the spectrum than there used to be. Like it seems like
Study finds link between drinking some diet soda during pregnancy and autism in boys. Oh boy. So it says a team of researchers said they have observed a link between autism diagnosis in boys and their mothers drinking at least 1 diet soda daily or consuming an equivalent amount of the sweetener aspartame during pregnancy or while breastfeeding, according to new study. In the study, the researcher at the University of Texas Health Science Center at San Antonio asked the parents of 235 children with an autism spectrum disorder and 121 children without autism, who were the study's controls, to complete a retrospective questionnaire about their diet soda and aspartame intake while pregnant or breastfeeding their children. Researchers asked biological mothers, while you were pregnant or breastfeeding your child, how often did you drink diet drinks containing artificial sweeteners? Please count diet sodas first, such as Diet Coke, Diet Dr. Pepper, and Diet Sprite, and then other diet drinks such as Citrus Light, sugar-free Kool-Aid, Slim Fast, and other light drinks. Note, not all the diet beverages contain aspartame. The researchers did not ask women to only think about aspartame-containing diet beverages they consume while pregnant or breastfeeding. However, all drinks listed in the survey's examples do contain aspartame. Team found that boys with autism had more than 3 times the likelihood of having a mother who drank diet soda daily while pregnant or breastfeeding than boys without autism, per the findings published in the peer-reviewed journal Nutrients. Whoa. The researchers did not find a statistically significant association with girls. That's interesting. Why it's more difficult to diagnose girls with autism than boys. These associations do not prove causality. That's a different link.
Yeah, it was just might be a reason.
But taken in concert with reports from earlier studies of increased prematurity and cardiometabolic health impacts among infants and children exposed daily to diet beverages, holy shit, or aspartame during pregnancy, our findings raise new questions about the potential neurological impacts that need to be addressed. Didn't that shit get pushed through? Didn't aspartame get pushed through by, who's that fucking, the military guy? What the fuck's his name?
Oliver, no.
No, it's at the tip of my tongue. The guy who was on the guy who was talking about the Pentagon missing $1 trillion. Remember that guy? Donald Rumsfeld. Didn't Donald Rumsfeld have something to do with aspartame?
I think you're onto something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. See, Google Donald Rumsfeld pushed through aspartame.
Yep.
Did he?
Hold on. Trying to see.
I think there was some shenanigans involved in aspartame, and this is coming from someone who consumes it all the time.
Yeah. I mean, it is
How
poison.
bad is it
Aspartame is poison, pretty much, right?
But is it poison like alcohol, where it's okay, but it's not okay when you're breastfeeding? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have a few glasses of wine if you're not breastfeeding, right? You can get a little tipsy and you're going to be okay. You could have a few tequilas and have a hangover the next day. And yeah, you drank something you shouldn't have drank, but it's not going to fuck you up that bad. But if you are pregnant,
Right.
your kid can have fetal alcohol syndrome.
Right.
I think there's a difference between saying that something is dangerous and saying something is dangerous while someone's pregnant.
Right.
Because like Elon was talking about, like how much Diet Coke he drinks. If that guy's drinking Diet Coke, I am not that worried.
Right.
He seems pretty
Right.
fucking smart.
Okay. So there's a story here. It says Donald Rumsfeld was involved with a company called, I think, Cereal, it said here. See, he was the CEO at Cereal. He received a $12 million bonus in 1985 when the company was absorbed by Monsanto. Right here, then I had to go back. It says that he was involved with picking the new head of the FDA, or the FDA commissioner, and that guy had no previous history in artificial sweeteners. He had no previous experience with food additives before being appointed director of the FDA.
Interesting. So Hayes, Reagan's new FDA commissioner, appointed a 5-person scientific commission to review the Board of Inquiry's decision. It soon became clear that the panel would uphold the ban by a 3-2 decision. So Hayes installed a 6th member on the commission, and the vote became deadlocked. He then personally broke the tie in aspartame's favor. Whoa, shenanigans. One of Hayes' first official acts as FDA chief was to approve the use of aspartame as an artificial sweetener in dry goods. On July 18, 1981, in order to accomplish this feat, Hayes had to overlook the scuttled grand jury testimony of Cyril, I don't know who that is, overcome the Bressler report, and ignore the PBOI's recommendations and pretend aspartame did not chronically sicken and kill thousands of lab animals. What?
How many of them had?
Oh my God, how much have I taken? Hayes left his post at the FDA in November of 1983 amid accusations that he was accepting corporate gifts for political favors. That's crazy. He wouldn't do that. Just before leaving office in scandal, Hayes approved of the use of aspartame in beverages. After Hayes left the FDA under allegations of impropriety, he served briefly as provost at New York Medical College and then took a position as a high-paid senior medical advisor with Bernson Marsteller, the chief public relations firm for both Monsanto and G.D. Searle. Since that time, he's never spoken publicly about aspartame. FYI, here's Rachel Maddow on Bernson Marsteller. When evil needs public relations, evil has Bernson Marsteller on speed dial. Evil, thy name is chemical food additives. Okay. Here's the kicker. When Searle was absorbed by Monsanto in 1985, Donald Rumsfeld reportedly received a $12 million bonus.
Okay, so yeah.
There it is. Yeah. So I think, though, what I think I've seen Lane Norton talk about is that the amount of aspartame that killed lab rats was preposterous. Like that a human being couldn't even consume that amount. That it would have to be something like, I forget the number, but it's some preposterous number. Like you'd have to drink 1,800 Diet Cokes a day or something like that. Something really nutty to get the amount that was sickening and killing these lab rats.
Well, how many of these rats had autism, though? You know?
How many of these rats were pussies? Couldn't take a little Diet Coke.
Autistic rats everywhere. Millions of them.
You know, there's the other thing that Brett Weinstein has brought up is like these lab mice and lab rats, like they're bred for that purpose, and so like they don't live long. Like it's not a good way to study long-term effects, and it's also like these are things that are literally bred to take fucking chemicals and have experiments run on them. Like the idea that these are just like normal mammals, it seems a little far-fetched because you're actually literally breeding them for testing things on them.
They should just grab them from New York. The New York.